Welcome to another episode of Savagetimetv. I'm your host, AB Brisley, and today I got special guest, Bymyselfornothing clothing. How y'all feeling today, bro?
Good, man. We're feeling good.
Thank y'all, man. Thank you for the opportunity. We got my three guys here. We got BZ, we got Calvin, and we got my boy AR. It's nice to meet y'all, man, for real. Definitely fuck what you guys are doing, fuck with the message. Let's get it started. So, for the people that don't know, could you tell where you guys are from?
Yeah, so I'm from Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from Baltimore too.
Okay. Yeah, we here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from DC.
Okay, you're from DC. Okay. So can you guys tell us how it was growing up out there? How it maybe influenced you, how you guys met, things like that.
I mean, Baltimore's cool for real.
Yeah.
I'm from East Baltimore.
Okay.
And B
I'm
from
West
B
Baltimore.
from West.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for the most part, no, Baltimore was cool. Childhood, cool. I mean, you don't really know how a place is until you hear people from other places talk about, dang, this how
Hey, when it comes to Baltimore, man, I always think, of course, Ravens. Shout out to the Ravens. Y'all know how we feel about that.
Right.
The harbor. Everybody know about the harbor.
Yeah. Seafood on lock.
Seafood on lock. Blue crabs on lock.
Yeah.
Most people there be like, hey, so what about the Wire?
What about the
Baltimore
Wire?
like the Wire?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I was just about to bring it up. The Wire put y'all on the map. Like the Wire is like that's a cult classic.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, y'all gotta do something with the Wire by myself or something. Y'all gotta make that mix or something.
I gotta rewatch it and
Cause that shit, that's
show.
Baltimore through and through, bro.
Yeah,
So that's dope.
sure.
And then you from DC. I feel like with DC, like it's one of those places where you don't know until you know, because you think it's all good. Like I went out there on a field trip. You think about the Capitol and all that. But I got a boy from DC. He used to tell me, nah, bro, that's like one little tiny.
That's not
thing.
DC.
Yeah.
Right.
Downtown, where you go to the Smithsonian and the Capitol and all that, that's not really DC.
Okay.
But like my mom, she was from Benton Road. Like I grew up there, and she moved me away from the trenches, is what they said, because it was bad. We went to PG County, and I was there until like last year when I moved back into my own apartment around the same area in Benton Road.
Okay.
And the bullshit, but I'm cool over there for real. But yeah, it's kind of like Baltimore, and it's kind of not like Baltimore. It's more like a territorial thing in DC. Like people don't mess with you unless you was in some stuff with that person. They mind their business. If they don't know you, they not going, because they don't know what you got. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Whereas when I went to Baltimore in college, it's a whole different environment. It's like it don't matter who you is, you can get got at any type of moment. Just you better stay
one of them places
you better stay on that
stay,
pivot.
stay safe, but you gotta stay dangerous.
Baltimore completely different.
It's a balance.
You guys went to? Did you guys all go to Morgan State?
Yeah. We all
Okay.
graduated from Morgan State.
Okay. Well, first off, congratulations to that, man.
Thank you.
No, that's a good that's a amazing accomplishment, man. So shout out to y'all, bro. Can you guys tell me about y'all experience at Morgan State?
It was cool.
Oh man, I mean that's where it all started.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
literally where it all started.
Well, I say y'all faces lit up when Morgan State came up.
Bro, that was the best. I want to say that was the best 4 years. I wouldn't have wanted to be at a different school. You feel me? Just
Okay.
like think about the academics, the social life, the networking, like everything was there. And
Everything.
you make it how you want it to be. You go out and do things. You feel me? And you network with people. I feel like the biggest thing that people take for granted is just the opportunity. Like when you staying on campus and stuff like that,
Yeah.
you gotta like be able to mingle with people and just get out
It's
there.
all about what you learn, and for college, it was like more about life lessons and in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
Like first year, like, I'm really like, yeah, I'm trying to learn all this stuff, apply myself.
Yeah, be in class early.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm going to all the extra stuff.
It's facts.
Sophomore year, that's when you start to see, all right, I can do this. I don't have to do this, but I can still get a good grade if I just do this.
You learn it.
You get to learn the ins and outs, nooks and crannies. Then by when you're a junior, senior, it's just full-fledged.
Smooth sailing.
Hey, bro.
I can only imagine. I went to the Navy for my college years. I guess I would say, but that's always something I always thought about, like living on campus. I know that shit was pride.
Everything I can't even find, I didn't live on campus.
Yeah.
But both
Yeah,
of them
I
did.
lived
I can just, but that whole college, then y'all went to Morgan State, like
Oh yeah.
I know that shit was jumping.
Yeah.
I know
Man.
Those was a good time.
Cause y'all faces lit up. I'm like, they got some good memories.
Yeah,
out
we
there. I for sure. Was fashion always at the forefront for the three of you?
Somewhat. I remember like when they knew each other prior to me coming to Morgan. Like, I came to Morgan like my sophomore year, and there was some fly guys, and like we all like I met them through some other people, and we all like clicked up.
Mm-hmm.
And like Calvin always been like a fly dude. He always knew how to put pieces together, and I always been like a fly dude too. Knew how to put pieces together. Brian too, and like
all in our own respective ways.
Right.
Respective ways.
Y'all peeped each other. You know, respect. It's like you acknowledge.
Yeah,
Right.
we was always talking about fashion from like.
Right.
From when we first like met each other, when we first got cool.
We on Grail looking up, hey bro, should I cop these shoes?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all was deep in the deep end.
Yeah, we be like,
cause fashion.
It was at a time at school, that's why our face lit up, cause like whatever you was into, you could be fully into that. Life wasn't affecting you yet. So if that's what you wanted to do and buy and spend your time on it.
Yeah, we had time to really sit down and think of creatively. Like we had the time. We wasn't fully adults yet that had a whole 9 to 5. We had time to like go to, go to school and then go straight to the dorm rooms, kick it, chill, and we'll think of some stuff. Like me and Calvin started making music together, and then out of nowhere, Calvin was like, "Yo, I want to make a clothing line."
Yeah.
And at first it was just a movement. He was by myself. This is what I'm gonna do by myself.
We didn't even have no wolf, it wasn't even
nothing.
Like in my head, it was just. It was a vision, I'm like a lifestyle, like, all right, this can be something, And then when I figured, all right, I think the best avenue to start with is, I like clothes. Let's get a logo and
run it up, bro.
Run it up. I'm about to say, I can tell from you guys' from the I guess I would say you guys' core values mission statement that it's it's like I was like it's definitely more than just clothes. I can definitely tell.
Yeah, because we live that. Like we live by that meaning of by myself. Like it is truly coming from Maryland or the DMV area per se. It's a crab in the barrel mentality.
The Northeast is just that's how it is out here, bro.
Yeah.
It get cold out this bitch, and everybody's to themselves.
Exactly.
I tell. If you make it in the Northeast, you can make it
from the jump. From the jump, from starting off, you by yourself until you on, because people don't really care about you unless you got that cosign or you got that
some
push.
bread.
So that by myself thing is basically saying, whatever you're doing, I understand that you're gonna be probably working on it by yourself, but be happy that you're by yourself and able to work on whatever you're gonna do, because eventually. You're not going to be by yourself. You're going to have a team around you. You're going to build a lot of things, but you better remember that from the jump, remember where you came from. You came from being alone. You came from just your thoughts and your own creativity, and you pushed that, and now you made it into a big thing.
Right.
So it's a lot of
it's a
lot of different things within it. It gets deep because it's a lot of different things.
I know that y'all shit is definitely deep for sure.
And bro, I'll even say this too, like. A lot of how we started is based off of personal experiences. Like, we didn't just come out the gate like, all right, this is what we want to do. Like, we've been in those places where we felt by ourselves, whether mentally or physically. So it's actually taking that, that thought process then and understanding, like, we can motivate other people with this. It's much more than a clothing brand. And I definitely want to stress that too. Like, this is based off of our personal experiences and what we had to go through to get to where we are today.
It's an empowerment thing, like showing people that it's so like I get it. You're by yourself, we're by ourselves. Like be by yourself, that's cool. By myself, like that's fine.
By myself,
fine. Be like own it. You feel me? Like, we're trying to make people know and love themselves, love being alone. Because sometimes it's a negative stereotype with being alone, being to yourself. But nah, like you gotta be empowered by that. Because you gotta know that there's a light at the end of that tunnel. It's really we by ourselves. That's the starting point. We about to go. You know what I'm saying? Elevate.
Word. Why go into building a business and brand as a collective rather than each three of y'all just doing your own brands?
Shit.
Well, it made sense. Like
it definitely made sense.
So I pretty much came to both of B and AR with the by myself idea, but on two different like it wasn't together. Like it wasn't like I sat down both of them like, yo, I got this idea, you feel me? Like B, alright, so AR, we was making mad music at the time. you know. So we locked in on the music aspect, and then B, like my right hand man, you know.
Mhm.
But we all got different qualities. So I had like the vision, but yeah, it's by myself or nothing. But I knew I couldn't do none of this by myself, flat out. Like that's just what it is. But I had the vision, you know. Like I was just going through stuff in life. One day I sat B down, like, bro, I got this idea and it's gonna go crazy. But I shared it with them because I knew I needed the help. I'm artistic.
Stuff that you knew that you needed help.
Yeah, I needed that help. Like B bring like that whole
man.
business straight. B gonna get it done. You know, AR creative director. AR can draw and create and design anything you ask him to. You know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So honestly, like you said, most people not going to say, "Oh, I need help," but nah. Like the stuff we was able to accomplish in a year might have took me 6 years, 7 years.
No lie.
Yeah, because if y'all already got yourself in the stores, like I by myself is definitely like y'all definitely got a following for sure.
Right. It's like a
Do that
cult. It's like a
yourself.
cult. It's like a lifestyle, really.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lifestyle, and people catching on to it. But yeah, it made more sense to rock out with my bros than
Yeah, it made the most of sense.
Right.
Because, like, don't get me wrong, like, I had, like, inspired dreams to create a clothing line, but
tell them what it was called, bro.
Thanks, bro.
like, the funny thing is, like, I created a senior portfolio for my senior project. It was a clothing line called Off the Lonely.
Mm.
I'm sure that inspired Calvin to make, like, by myself,
By
because
myself.
Off the Lonely, I came up with that name because I was sick in the hospital and I was by myself.
Off and lonely.
Yeah, Off the Lonely. And I'm like, yo, like, I feel bad, but I want this to be empowering.
Mhm.
Like, so I just did a little sketch, and I just went with that sketch, and I started making some designs. People liked it, but it wasn't really nothing like as serious as what By Myself became. And when Calvin came to me, he was like, yo, I got this idea. By myself, we could do this clothing line. Could be
I
more.
laid it all out.
Yeah, he laid it all out.
Bro, this like a 10. This like a
Yeah.
like, bro. Look, I got
I
something.
can see you was like, you know,
Exactly.
you got the vision,
Right.
music came in, I could put it together, do the logistics, and then you
Yeah.
got the creative juices.
And then like B, he got the brain for like managing and stuff. I'm more so I always wanted a clothing line, but I just want to create stuff.
Right.
I don't want to have to
Like,
deal with all that.
it's
Other
You
stuff.
like KD,
bro,
you just
you
want to go out there and
Yeah,
ball.
I just
I don't
wanna
know.
hoop. I just
I'm
want
trying
to
to
hoop,
hoop.
you feel me? And B, he got the brain to, you know, set everything up, make sure we got the placements, make sure we got all this other stuff. All I gotta do is they hit me up, yo, we need this design. All I gotta do is make sure I got it like done on time.
Yeah. Right.
All Calvin gotta do is think of the vision. Think of what the heck is By Myself next move.
Right.
B is the planner. He's the architect. He's the one that's all right. So
that's what we're
y'all
gonna do.
know what y'all want to do. So here's how we gonna do it.
How we gonna do
Yeah,
it.
and I want to say too, like I think a lot of it is built off of trust too.
Yeah.
Like,
Gotta
I
be
know-
able to
Yeah,
trust
I
each
know
other. I
both
can
of
tell
these
y'all
guys-
trust
I
each
know
other.
both of these guys. I know what they bring to the table. I know that they work hard, and I know their strengths. You know,
Mhm.
so like they say, I bring it together. I call myself the playmaker because I just set things up. I set plays up, and I just
Your point guard.
yeah. I'm like the point guard. So when bro comes to me with this idea or vision, and then I know AR, he's gonna bring the creative side to it. We just put it all together, and as long as it makes sense for us, we put it out there.
Yeah.
And like I said,
Well-oiled machine, man.
it's a lot of trust. Like I can't sit here and make a decision without talking to Calvin or talking to AR. Like we all make our decisions collectively, and I think it made sense for us to all go into the business together.
Hell yeah.
No.
And 3 bank accounts way better than 1. You
That's
feel me?
facts.
Right.
Yeah,
It
that's for
opens-
damn sure.
It helps a lot.
That's for damn sure. There are plenty of animals that move solo. Why the wolf?
The wolf.
Mm.
All right, so I look at the wolf as like a spiritual creature almost, you know.
Okay. Well, so we all got
Yeah.
wolves on.
Right.
Yeah.
But like off rip, you say a lot of animals move by themselves, but like the main one that people know is what?
The wolf.
Lone, like the lone wolf. You know, it's not too many other animals. It's like, oh, the lone bird or the lone fish. You know, it's the wolf. Honestly, but that's always been my favorite animal though. But outside of that, when the By Myself vision came to mind, it's like, all right, visually pleasing, what can we do the most with? Like, what makes the most sense? When I thought of the wolf aspect, and then AR brought in like the moon aspect, it's like, all right, the lone wolf is energy. Like, it was way more to feed off of, you know, but the wolf also has a pack as well. So you can attack the wolf from different aspects. You can have the solo individuality of it, which is each of us individually. But then, see, you got me, myself, and I. But then you bring us together, that's the pack.
That's the wolf pack.
So you can operate differently, however you see fit. So I feel like the wolf, it just made the most sense.
That does make sense, because I'm sitting here thinking like, well, you know, bears go by themselves. I was just thinking like, there's a whole bunch of things that go by themselves, but now that you bring it up, the grizzlies, bears don't run in packs. I didn't think of that. That's pretty dope. I like that. I saw that in y'all statement. You said the most important was that it was a way of life, that it wasn't always about the clothes. Could you guys explain that for me? Explain that to the viewers.
Yeah, for sure. B, you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I can talk about this. Like when I say it's a way of life, I feel like this is how we walk. Like we wake up in the morning and this is our mentality, you know. I think it's just more or less being comfortable in your own skin. A lot of people may not love themselves. I think it's a lot of just
a lot of people don't.
It's a lot about, you know,
a lot of people don't, bro.
Like, you know, it's about self-love. You gotta understand, like, you were able to wake up this morning with breath in your body for a reason. Like, everybody has a purpose, you know, in this world, whether you know it or not. So I think with By Myself, we just want people to know this is a way of life. Like, you need to understand, like, your current situation isn't your final destination.
Right.
You know? And you gotta love yourself through, you know, whatever shortcomings you may feel you may have. Like, you gotta love yourself because you're totally different than the next person, the next man, the next girl. You're totally different. And I think that's why we say this is, like, our life, because it's just understanding, like, you gotta love yourself first, especially before you feel like you can put this love into somebody else or into a relationship or into, you know, whatever situation. You gotta sit there and behind closed doors and say, I love who I am as a person. I love what I do. I love how I talk. I love how I look. All of that. And, you know, once you come to that understanding, I feel like a lot of people are, in a sense, free. Like, their mind state is like, I'm so content of who I am that it don't matter what's going on, because at the end of the day, I know I'm good, you know?
Facts. And most of the time when you see people like that, it definitely stands out. As black men, do you feel there's more pressure on you guys to succeed?
Yes.
Yes.
Why so?
Y'all can go first.
I feel as though, as being black in general, whether you're a man or a female, it's pressure on you through your family, through the environment, through the outsiders. Like, it's pressure all around. It's pressure on black people to be alive. You feel me? Like, it's so let alone is it pressure on us to succeed? They don't want us to succeed to begin with. So yeah, it's a substantial amount of pressure, and I think that's the number one thing that drives us for real, because it's like you know what, we gonna succeed despite the fact that y'all don't want us to. Right. We young black men that beat the stereotype. Graduated college.
Yeah, because really, one of us is supposed to be in prison right now.
Right now.
Now I think it might be two of us actually. It's four of us here. It might be two of us for real. That's what they say. You know, I always tell people that, man. It's like, as being black, like you guys said, just every day is a testament to you beating the odds, man. So I definitely that's why I just wanted to ask you guys that, because I just feel it's just everything is times 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And business is already hard for anybody. So for you guys to already have so many things in place, to understand so many things, for y'all to be humble enough to know that y'all want to work together, that's dope, man. That's really dope. I'm glad that you guys know that. Calvin, this one's for you. You just dropped your track, Fallen Leaves. Can you tell me about that process and what that's about?
Yeah, so the whole EP, actually, I dropped the whole EP, Fallen Leaves. It was 4 tracks.
Oh, okay. That's
one feature from my cousin, Young Brazi. He actually mixed and engineered the whole thing. Okay. But where that came from, well, before the music, it was actually the lifestyle clothing aspect that translated into the music of the Fallen Leaves. So, I don't know if you're familiar, but we have a spring-summer movement called The Grass is Greener. Okay. And we had started that back in March, like right when the COVID had started. Mm-hmm. So, you know, the weather changing and everything. So I'm trying to think of, like, what's next? So I'm thinking, all right, it's about to get cold. We about to do the same thing, spring and summer related, but transfer it to the fall and winter. So I'm just sitting, plotting. Then I thought, all right, falling leaves. Like, I'm like the leaves. We get up when we fall. Like I just be thinking of it. I thought of it, you know.
I'm laughing because bro called me, and that was the first thing he said when he called me, and I was like, I like the leaves. I get up when I fall. Like you think about leaves, like who picks up leaves?
It's just kind of crazy. It's kind of like where them joints be going? Like unless you pick them up, they just stay there and
like
go off or whatever.
Just that singular thought right there, like that thought process. I'm like, bro, we pick up leaves, so like unlike the leaves, I get up when I fall. Just having that, just that comprehension of that, I think was really dope for him to just be thinking about. Like that's his thought process. Like I'm telling you, he's the visionary, and for him to come with that type of idea was like crazy. I was like, come on, bro.
I did hit, bro. As soon as I thought about it, I'm like, bro, I got it. This is the next thing. Like the weather about to transition, falling leaves. That's what we're gonna do. So then, a month it into clothes, a month it into music. And I felt like I really wanted my music to coincide with the business aspect now. You know, by me having this strong face of the brand, it's like my words speak volume. Same with the message I'm promoting with the business. And I don't want to be misconstrued, or misguiding people with things I may say in my songs versus messages I'm trying to promote with the brand. So I'm thinking, all right, this is going to be my first time. I want everything on the same page. So I'm going to drop a Fallen Leaves EP. So my rap name is Calvin with triple V, 3 V's. So every project I drop got 3 V's in it. Fallen Leaves. I thought of that on the clothing aspect. All right, I'm about to make a Fallen Leaves EP. But just how that saying is promoting nothing but positivity. Like the tape is promoting nothing but positivity. Inside the message, it's just expanding it between 4 songs pretty much.
Okay. Beezy, the Fallen Leaves story. What message was being sent with that?
I think it was a few messages. I think the first message with the story is just understanding that in life you will fail in life. Nobody goes through life without failures.
Ever.
And once you do fail, it's all about learning how to not fail like that again. I think life is so beautiful because it's good to be successful and have success, but I know for myself personally, I've learned so much more when I've failed and been able to bounce back from it. I think the biggest thing from Fallen Leaves story is just understanding the bounce back. A lot of people may fail, but it's hard for them to get back up and do it again, And you gotta understand at the end of the day, you can fail 100, 150 times, but you gotta keep trying, especially if you deeply want to pursue something, And I think those are the biggest messages on my end is just the bounce back and then understanding that in life there will be failure, You just gotta understand that you gotta take it on the chin. At the end of the day, like, it may be something like really big or it could be something like really minuscule, but at the end of the day, it's going to happen. So just understanding that and being able to be like, all right, through it all, I'm going to just keep pushing through and keep fighting until you do succeed. That's the beauty in the Fallen Leaves story.
Okay. That's what's up, bro. AR, what type of people will be attracted to your brand?
I would say you're talking about the By Myself brand or?
By Myself.
Okay.
Yeah, Bymyselfornothing. What kind of people do you think would relate to that? What kind of people do you think see that and say, that's what I want to be a part of?
Well, with By Myself, I feel as though with just the movement, it's a very broad movement. It can touch practically anybody, whether age is, like whether you're 6 to 60, it's a message that can touch anybody practically. Whether you're male, female, black, white, any type of environment. I'll say specifically within the brand of By Myself, there are aspects of clothing that can attract certain age groups, certain demographics, but overall, like the message, the brand itself, I think it appeals to all aspects of people.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Okay, I like that. There are a bunch of different clothing brands out now. You guys know that, especially around this area. What separates you from them?
Oh, man. Like I said in the last video.
Other than the numbers.
Besides, I feel like, honestly, now, like B said, after a certain point, like everything we drop, it has to come with a message, Most people it just look good, you know. But what does it mean? What you promoting? Like, where you coming from with it? Like, do you just want to get somebody's dollar, you know, and give them something, or is it bigger than that? So I think where we come in, not only is there an emotional factor, but I mean, just the garments just be going crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
real
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if y'all probably can't see, but man, these dudes got some pockets everywhere all over that joint.
yeah,
It's definitely it's more than meets the eye.
the satin and the hood,
Satin, and I fuck with that. You see, man, you already know how my hair coming, so
the satin and the hat, like.
I ain't even peeped that the
We
hat
just-
was a part of the
different
box.
type of time.
I didn't even know your hat was. That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that was your hat.
Yeah.
I thought that was a random hat.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
myself.
Oh, that's
yeah, like
dope.
I feel like with what separates by myself and a lot of local clothing brands is just like what Calvin said, like the garments too. Like, we are not just out here pasting a graphic on a shirt and calling that ourselves a clothing brand.
Right.
Let's get that straight.
Levels.
We
to it.
created this whole thing. Like, this is not just a hoodie that you can just buy from a manufacturer pre-made
Right.
and paste your graphic on it and say, I'm a clothing brand. Nah,
Right.
like all the accents with the satin and the pockets and the everything that took months of creating, talking to manufacturers,
Down to the thread count.
the thread count,
All of
the
that.
quality of the
materials.
cotton. Like, we're not a brand that's just trying to make a quick buck. We're gonna show people that, you know what, this is what a real clothing brand is. It's not just somebody that just got some money, put a graphic on a t-shirt, and now they're upselling it for $60.
Right.
No, you're gonna want to pay what we charging for this because this is quality. You know, especially black people, because, you know what I'm saying, like, we don't, like, there's no hoodies out there that's catered towards black people at all. There's no hats, there's no beanies catered towards black people. As a brand, yeah, there's people out there that's making custom garments for that, but where's a brand that's out there that's catering towards black people? We're changing that, you feel me? So we're going to start with our hoodies and our garments that we're going to drop this year. It's the start of separating the boys from the men, I say,
Okay.
in the clothing industry,
Okay.
especially locally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you guys most proud of?
Go ahead.
I would
B.
say, I think we're very proud of our growth and consistency. To look at where we started, like me and AR, we stayed on campus together when we were at Morgan State. So we started there, I want to say 2018, and to look from, and we actually introduced the brand at our homecoming at Morgan State. That was
Yeah.
2019. So you think,
It's
From-
2 years ago.
yeah. So from like 2019, October 2019 up until like we can say now, we did so many things and been so consistent through the midst of like a pandemic, you know, other different struggles, just understanding this whole business, because at the end of the day, this is our first time having a clothing brand, you know, doing something like this. So we're learning on a constant basis, and you know, it's just been a blessing for us to like just have this journey, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I think even just like understanding our consumer too, like we constantly, you know, trying to do stuff for the people that support us, you know, and our growth has been just, it's just been crazy, bro. I think the growth in is being consistent, because it can get, you know, hard for other brands if they be like dang, we ain't really selling much, or we ain't really doing this.
They
You
hit a
just
goal
got-
stop too. Like, they don't know what to do next. for
Yeah,
real.
and I feel like we just continue to
we
press
not running
forward,
out of any ideas.
you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the biggest thing that I feel like our growth and consistency.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And okay, guys. What are your goals for the next 2 or 3 years, just personally, professionally?
So I feel like the goal for the brand really for the next 2 to 3 years, really go international with it. You know.
There we go.
We want to buy myself
Passports.
everywhere, but also we don't just want to continue making just like clothing items. You know, we want to make like household items. You know, like even by myself being on, cause like it's not just a clothing line, it's a brand. So you
Okay.
can even put the by myself. Let me translate it to some real life.
Like Supreme type?
I mean, on a Supreme, you know
Yeah,
how
type
you
level.
throw, something like that. Like say
Have a basketball.
people
shit by
spend
myself.
a lot of time by themselves, right?
Okay, I got you.
We start selling by myself clocks. You know,
Definitely.
people sleep alone. I'm gonna throw by myself on a bed sheet.
blankets.
You
You
know,
know what I'm saying?
Mattresses.
Towels.
it can
All that.
relate to every aspect of life.
I fuck
Yeah.
with it.
So
Fuck
we
with
don't. We want to really. It's expansion, and attaching the name more to just clothing, like attaching the name to life.
Okay.
Really.
Okay, that's dope, man. Well, again, thank you guys for the opportunity. This was dope, bro. This is a great opportunity for me. It was dope talking to you guys. The Buy Myself or Nothing clothing brand was dope. Could you tell all your new fans where the guys can find you guys individually if they want to follow you guys, buy merch, just promo anything that's coming up? Can you guys let us know? Can you guys let them know where to find you guys?
Yeah. So the website that you can go to is bymyselfornothing.com. So bymyselfornothing.com. That's our website. Our Instagram is the same thing, By Myself for Nothing. That's our main Instagram. All of our promo. If you need to get in contact with us personally, hit our DM. I do have a personal Instagram page as well. It's by myself _CruddyB. So it's CRUDDYB. And yeah, that's my personal. So.
Okay.
And you can follow, like you said, follow the brand page on Instagram, Facebook, as well as Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's By Myself for Nothing. And my Instagram is By Myself Cal, and By Myself CAL Cal.
Okay.
Yeah, my Instagram is at whoisArstar.
Okay.
So,
All right,
you can
man.
check out all the other stuff too.
Yeah, definitely subscribe, to our YouTube.
Y'all
lock
going
in
up,
with
man.
us.
Y'all gonna go up. Bro.
Definitely.
I can feel it.
Appreciate it.
For real, man.
Appreciate
Again, this is Savagetimetv. I'm your host, A.B. Bisley.
And make sure if you in Delaware to go to the kickback.
Yeah, go to the
To the
kickback.
kickback.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to the
And cop
kickback.
somebody.
Yeah,
Shout out to the kickback. Shout out to Vez,
Shout out
man.
to the kickback.
Okay,
Shout out to the
dope.
They get the
kickback, man.
exclusives,
Shout out to the kickback.
drops, all that.
Definitely.
Yeah, the
Make
Me,
sure
Myself, and
follow
I
us.
Y'all want the Me, Myself, and I hoodies. They
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be there.
We're
there.
gonna be in the kickback in February,
You
so
know.
Oh, and if you in Jersey in February, we're gonna be at Atlantic City Fashion Week.
Definitely.
Yeah,
So
pop
we're gonna be a
out.
vendor
Pull
out
up
there.
on us. We're gonna be selling gear. Yeah.
We definitely gonna be selling gear.
Shout out Savage.
Okay.
Shout
okay.
out Savage Time,
Shout out
man.
Savage.
Appreciate y'all, man. This is your host, A.B. Bisley. Again, shout out to the kickback. Shout out to everybody out here doing it. Shout out to the camera guys. Shout out to Sonos Music Visions.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Everybody involved, man. You guys catch us. It's A.B. Bisley. Another episode. Peace out.